So here's a frustration of being on the board. You do all this stuff and you gain all this information, and then people show up one day and they don't have the background and they want to offer all kinds of things, and it's very frustrating because they don't know the background and they don't know the need. Now, I usually don't pick on people, but Mr. Ray back there wrote a column in the Beachcomber, or in his Loop, where he decried how we treated the Rosslers, tore their house down. We never touched their house. We never touched their property.
It was on the original plans that you were to tear it down.
I'm saying we didn't have anything to do with the Rossler property. The whole dispute was she thought she had more property than she had. We just went by the deed. But my
Which was wrong.
Huh?
It was wrong.
What's wrong?
The deed was wrong.
Well, okay, we have to go by what's at the county and recorded, but I'm not going to get into the debate. Also, what we look at is, like the Rosslers.
It's Rossers.
Now, wait a minute, there was a property line there. We went by the thing on the deed, and it cost us over $20,000 to show that we had a deed with a line.
Which is
we
wrong.
had to defend ourselves. Okay, it costs money to defend yourself, even when you're in the right.
Or wrong.
So, I mean, that's what that means.
You were wrong.
We had a judge that ruled and disagreed with Ms. Rosser.
Well, she's got the proof from the original statement.
We're not going to get into it. My point is this, is we don't know what happens in legal. You don't know when you're going to have to defend yourself for what matter.
Okay, the additional part to all of this is when the court case was filed against me, and it was filed against me in a restraining order as being endangering, it morphed into, without due process of law, the summons that was served said that I had 20 days to respond, and excluding the day of service, but they brought me in the very next day on the ex parte. It morphed into this language about being a civil case and about quieting title and so forth. And in the process of doing that,
Quieting title on the right of way.
On the right on our driveway, and and taking over the easement and so forth. It morphed in from a criminal case into a civil case, and this is the restraining order right here. In the restraining order, and when you read the contingencies of the restraining order, and then you go to the very next one, then it talks about that the court now, that they want to claim for properties, and it starts arguing about properties and borders and so forth into court. So it went from coming in as a criminal case and this restraining order and this temporary restraining order into the ex parte court, and the declaration by Wendy Briggs as an exhibit where she signed stating I was an endangerment to children and park users at large, and which Jamie Drodes Allen wrote a declaration in support of the Morey Park Department for the restraining order, stating that that she knew the information in Wendy Briggs' declaration was accurate and true. When it morphed into from this restraining order of October 10th and began to come up in November then of 2011, it became a civil property issue. In the civil property issue is a declaration by Jerry O'Hare, who has done the survey for the Parks Department, and Jerry signs a declaration under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Washington that the foregoing is true and correct to the best of my knowledge. He states that he conducted a survey on June 3rd, 2009 for the Vashon Parks District, and which is this survey right here, of which I had the original copy of, not the one that was filed in 2009 that was altered. And in presented into court record is a copy of the true and accurate survey showing our private roadway, the document numbers, and the parcel A legal description with the except of the road.
Can we go through the chronology of this again?
Yeah.
Just to beat it into the ground.
Attitude day. Okay. Let's see. This was presented to me, which is an original copy of a Jerry O'Hare survey. And I believe Jerry gave it to me. If not Jerry, the Parks, someone provided it. And here is a copy of another Jerry O'Hare survey, which is this parcel abuts this parcel right here, that shows Jerry's stamp and signature and so forth. This one being done February 4th, 2010. This one June 3rd, 2009. Okay, so I have this, and it shows in the legal description, except when it describes this parcel right here, which is parcel 292-303-9081. It gives the legal description of this parcel, and then it says in capital letters, except that portion conveyed for road by deed recorded under recording number, and it gives the recording number. And if you go to the archives in the recording number, it sends you to, I forget the volume in the page, but I do know have that here. And it comes up to this, and it's a document. It's 787677 from January 19th, 1912. And that is when Steen, who owned this entire 10-acre piece here, which was the 10-acre piece was 292-303-9019, provided just a little under 5 acres so that a new school could be built, and conveyed in an instrument under an appurtenance and quieted the title with the special agreement and exception of this 20 feet on and along the said south line was reserved and remained with the rest of the acreage back here.
Your property?
Which my parents purchased in 1942, which is also recorded in their purchase agreement in 1944, this document number and so forth. So this survey that Jerry did in regards to our private roadway coincides with this information in the legal description. So I stuck this away in my files. In talking with the DDES DPER last week, they told me that they only had a survey of the two school parcels under this survey number 2009-07-169-00007. So I went to the recorder's office and got a copy of what the DDES DPER were talking about. And this, which is an identical of this right here that you can see, everything lines up completely perfectly, has the information, the designation of the private roadway, and the recording instrument and information of the private roadway removed, and additionally, what has been whited out and removed is the information right here for the elevation point right there, which was also marked with a survey marker, a concrete survey marker that had a little metal pin in it.
Geodetic survey.
And, oh, well, the geodetic survey was about right here, and that Jerry didn't note that at all. If you look at this and this, you will see that this little line, Jerry put this little line across here to show how the road is, and when they whited out the rest of the information, they missed this little line right there. This is an altered survey that removes our private roadway and alters where the survey markers were, noting them for our pre-existing property lines. So if this is indeed the survey that the DDES DPER is working from, then they do not have a survey that shows our private roadway. So then I went in and looked, and I found this. This is an identical, as you see, it's the same thing where our private roadway and so forth were removed, but it now shows our private roadway and shows the original noted information from Jerry up here as far as the elevation point and survey marker point. They presented this to the recording office in 2011, October 17th, 2011, and you can,
opposed to the altered one,
as opposed to the altered one, which was July 16th, 2009. They made it appear that, oh gosh, we discovered Rossers have a road, and so we're going to put this in, and so they put this notation up here that says that they're going to talk about this recording number and so forth, as if it was newfound information from their filing in 2009. The thing that they messed up on is that this is not actually a file of the original survey that is updated, or what did they call it? Re-recorded. This, and this shows it right here, these are different. This is a copy of the original correct survey that shows our road and notes it, and the 1912 paperwork of the information, appurtenance, and quieting of title, as should have been filed in 2009.